What's up, guys? I'm in Canada. Snow is everywhere, and I'm happy. Blay is here.
What's up?
What up, Blay?
Welcome to my backyard.
Yep, pretty crazy. He has a skate park in his backyard. But today I'm going to be doing a beginner tip guide for snow skaters. I came up with about 10 tricks and tips, maybe a little more actually, that go with the tips of how to begin snow skating. Assuming you guys have a snow skate, don't use like a skateboard unless you just want to fall and have fun. But yeah, this is assuming you guys have a snow skate, and let's get into it. We're gonna do 10 tips and tricks starting right now. And the first tip is
bring a shovel.
Yeah.
And don't use your snow skate as a shovel, because that's just gonna rip the foam, and
yeah,
you want one of these.
That's a shovel. Yeah, I think one of the most important tips is bring a shovel, and I don't think we have a brush here, but bring a brush too.
I mean, I never brought a brush all my life, but.
Okay, well, if you want to bring a brush off your shoes, brush off your grip when it gets like wet and
or at least use your
slippery.
Use your gloves just to brush off the grip between tries, because some days the snow's gonna be stickier, and like, if you're just trying to go with a bunch of snow on your grip tape, that's just not gonna happen.
You need to wipe off snow as you go.
Yeah.
That's tip number 1. Bring a shovel.
And a really good tip, kind of a random one, if there's ice on a spot, do not chip it away with your snow skate. It'll mess it up, honestly.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do that. Tip number 2 is all about conditions, like the snow conditions. If you're like me and live in Cincinnati and it snows like an inch a year, you're probably gonna have a really hard time, but I'm still gonna try it because you never get snow. But like this is ideal. Like we have a lot of snow. It's snowing right now, which kind of sucks. It makes the snow a little slower. But yeah, like conditions matter, Josh.
So basically we always try and kind of shovel the spot so that we reach a point where it's somewhat hard packed.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to pop a kickflip in like 12 inches of powder, that's just not gonna work out. So we usually just shovel it down and kind of pack it with our feet. That's mainly for street skating obstacles, but pretty much all types of snow skating.
It might seem like you want like 12 inches of snow because it's all powdery, and if you fall it's not gonna hurt, but you're not gonna like roll away or anything like that. So you wanna really make it like a street spot. You wanna have like a thin layer of snow, and then that brings us to our next tip. Touch it up as you go. Actually, I'm a liar. The next tip is to make a path towards the obstacle you're going to be doing. Zach, will you demonstrate that? Sure. All right, so Zach, why is it important to make a path?
Why is it important? Because it packs down all the snow so you're not getting stuck, and it kind of creates a space that you're constantly going on. So I might not do it first try, I might just like pack it down.
You'll do it first
so
try.
I know it's good.
Look at that path. That's a good path. And now everyone else can like kind of follow his path, and it makes it super steady and good, as you can see. Perfect.
Not bad.
And also something that goes with that tip is to touch up the spot as you go. It doesn't look like it right now, but eventually it's gonna start like going underneath the snow, and like you could see like concrete, stuff like that. So yeah, when you're walking back to the beginning of the spot, just kind of kick some snow, make it powdery again, and you're good to go. That's all you need to do. All right, the next tip is to make a correct straight path to the obstacle that you're doing. This isn't the best example because it's literally just straight, but like say it's a flat bar, what do you do?
So pretty much the biggest thing to consider is you don't have trucks, so you can't really like turn into a rail or you know what I mean? Like you have a straight line, so if your flat bar is here, you're not gonna throw down and then curve into the flat bar. You're gonna throw down at the angle you want to be to do, let's say, a front board or a back board or whatever.
Yeah, so say this little ledge thing is a flat bar right there. You don't want to go parallel at it. You want to go at an angle so that you can actually hop onto the rail comfortably. That was a voice crack. You want to be able to throw down at the right angle so you can board slide a rail comfortably. In this case, we just have a press pad, so you just throw down straight.
Yeah, but like you said, if it was a flat bar or anything that you didn't want to go perfectly straight at, you would just, like you just said, everything you just said. Just
what I just said. Yep. Shut up, Josh.
So another thing to do is when you're not snow skating very well that day, always just blame it on the conditions. And then also remove snow from your feet and your waistline a lot.
Your waistline?
Yeah, I always like fall and it slides up my belt,
Yeah, it gets packed underneath the belt.
The next tip is how to throw down correctly and not turn like crazy when you do throw down. So Josh is the king of this. I'm gonna let him explain this too.
So my biggest tip here would be when you throw down, you want to keep your shoulders kind of not too far open, but more open than you would think. So a lot of people, they throw down and then they start having their shoulder turn backside, and then they start to, power slide or whatever. So if you throw down and keep your shoulders slightly more open than you'd think, it'll help you stay straight.
Look Look how straight that was.
Like that.
It's perfect. I'm newer to snow skating, but whenever I throw down, I try to stay completely still. That's one thing, like I try not to like adjust that much unless I'm turning, but after you throw down straight, like Josh just said, I try to just remain still. It might feel uncomfortable, like you are gonna turn, but you kind of learn that you're just not gonna turn. There you go.
There you go.
That's a beard. Okay, the next tip is seriously one of the most helpful and important tips in snow skating, in my opinion. And it's a little different from skateboarding because on skateboards, you want to put your foot, I need a snow skate. On a skateboard, you kind of tend to put your foot right here for an ollie, like that's the best. For a snow skate, you literally want to put it right there, like toes on the tip of the tail, you get the most pop that way.
Agreed. Do you want me to demonstrate?
Yeah, demonstrate the difference.
I'll probably still be able to get onto the box.
Yeah, because you're good.
Maybe I could ollie over like a rail or something.
Okay, all right, so you're gonna try to ollie with your foot not really in correct position?
Kind of like in the pocket more, just flat on the tail.
All right.
And then I'll do one where it's more on the tip. And it's a huge difference. Oh my god.
Yeah, you definitely
doesn't come with you.
Yeah, you definitely have way less control. Do you see how solid that was? That was a good pop to ollie, controlled. You know, tip of the tail. Do it. Don't do that, Zach. Okay, so this one helps me a lot. It kind of goes with the staying straight when you throw down one. I try to throw down with my feet in position because if you throw down like this and you want to do a kickflip and you have to readjust and go like this, you're gonna accidentally turn if you're beginning. At least I do. Maybe if you're really good, you won't. But yeah, like if you're trying to do a kickflip, try to throw down in kickflip position like this. Like, boom, kickflip. That was the worst kickflip of all time. I'm gonna not land a kickflip. Ready? I did it.
Oh, you lied to us.
Freaking in position. That's what I do. And even if you don't land with your feet perfectly in position, if you try, they're gonna at least land somewhat in position so you don't have to like adjust as much as you would if you just don't try to do it at all. Josh just died. The next tip that's very important when you're buying a snow skate is to make sure you buy X grip as well. You don't have to buy it, but the difference that it makes is like outstanding. We actually don't have a board that doesn't have X grip, so I can't show them, but see, this grip right here is just foam, and this is the X grip that I'm talking about. It gives you more grip when you flick. It keeps your feet on the board. When the foam gets wet, it gets really hard to like keep your feet exactly where they are, and you don't really get any grip when you flick. So I like say it's a necessity. Like you have to have X grip if you want to do flip tricks, anything like that. Do you have anything to add?
I'd agree, that's all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't snow skate without it, honestly.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do it without X grip. So buy X grip. All right, and the next tip is to scrape your board with a razor blade or a pair of scissors. Pairs of scissors work just as well, if not better, actually. If you're a kid, don't use a razor blade. Use scissors or get your parents to do this for you. But Zach, you want to show them what the heck I'm talking about?
Yes. Basically, you always want to scrape it from nose to tail too. Always the way you're riding your board. Don't go up and down, do one way only. And I do nose to tail because that's the way I ride my board. So you just take this, and this is all rough right here. Just push down, apply some pressure, and you can see, well, it's kind of white, but it just peels off a bunch of plastic pretty much.
It gets that thin layer of plastic off. Makes your board way faster.
Crucial.
So just do that until like the first layer is off. That's how I would think of it. You don't have to do it like crazy. But yeah, that'll make your board way faster. And you don't have to do it all the time. It's only when like you're struggling to move. Like if your board has really gotten scratched, then I recommend doing that. Yeah, just don't do it like every single snow skate session, you know. And the last tip that I'm gonna be telling you guys is to watch out for salt. This is a freaking skate park, so there's no salt here. But you guys know what salt is, though. It's businesses that like lay down salt so that the snow melts and people don't slip and fall. If you're trying to skate a spot that has been salted and then snow lands on top of it, you're gonna have the worst time of your life because salt will slow you down like crazy, and there's really not a lot you can do about it other than maybe scrape it all up, which takes a ton of effort. But yeah, if you guys are at a spot and there's salt there and you're struggling, that is why.
Bonus tip.
Do not use your snow skate inside because you will rip the foam grip. Foam grip is made to be used outside in cold weather, and it bonds better to the board. So just don't use it inside because I know you're gonna like want to practice inside carpet skating or whatever. But if it's like not wet and your feet aren't slipping on it and it's gripping on it, then I really do think you're gonna like rip the foam because I have done that.
But Sam, you do that in your videos.
But I rip the foam when I do it. If you are gonna do that, use an old snow skate. Don't use your brand new one that you just unboxed out of your box. All right, so I hope I covered these tips in a fairly good way. If you guys are confused in any way, please leave a comment and I will try to answer it for you. But these are 10 tips that a lot of people don't know about that will help you be successful when you snow skate. I think the main thing that I want to stress a lot is to prep up the spot, like shovel it a lot and keep it maintained, because it's really fun to snow skate constantly, and you don't want to like spend the time to shovel a spot, but if you do put in that effort, it's gonna make your session like way better. So I hope you guys dug that, and I'm gonna film Josh do a 360 flip. Well, never mind.
Let's see it.
Okay, Blay. I thought you were a business owner.
Nope.
It looks like I don't have a head. Look at my shadow. Oh my! Oh! 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 Oh!